Hey Illuminators, I am Rebekah and this is Body Illumination. Welcome today to our YIN practice. This YIN practice is meant to be as a catalyst for getting you moving back into your vibrant energy. So I don't want to focus on healing per se, because healing usually brings our attention to an inadequacy in our bodies or our lives. But I want to focus on that vibrant energy that we already have inside of us that is alive and well, and we just need to tap into it. And sometimes we just need a little catalyst like a YIN practice. In addition to this practice, there will be a Om chanting that goes with this, and it's meant to be used together, but you don't have to. You could use one or the other. And I will show a link to that right here, and I will show a link to that below. And you can add that into your YIN practice or not if you have time and if you choose to do so. But again, the focus on this is all about vibrant energy. Vibrant energy. So we're going to get that energy moving through the chakras, through the energy lines of our body, and all you need is a couple of blocks and a mat and a smile.
Breathe.
Okay, we're starting in downward facing dog, and then you're going to come on down, shake out your legs a little bit, and let's move right into the ankle yin yoga pose. So this pose is wonderful to stretch out the top of your foot. It helps with the ankle compression at the back and the tension in the front of your foot. The nice part is it challenges your balance and your control, and it's a nice way to begin your yin practice. So this would be contraindicated if this is painful, obviously, or you have some type of injury going on. You're also welcome to use a block, which I demonstrated, and you can take your hands down into the floor too to support and take some of that edge off of the compression and the stretch. And it's great for the stomach and the spleen channels. So we are approaching the 3-minute mark on this posture. If you'd like to, you can add a block if the intensity is becoming too intense, or you can add a couple of blocks. You can place your hands on blocks to support you. And we're going to transition now into butterfly pose. So as you make your way out of this, shake out your legs, tuck your toes under, obviously dorsiflex, plantar flex your feet, get a nice stretch through those toes and the back of your foot, and then make your way into a seated posture for butterfly. I like this pose. It's one of my favorite poses if I have a favorite. It's just very soothing and it's really accessible to everyone. So You want to bring the soles of your feet together, splay your knees open, and then push your feet away. And if you are going to fold forward, you're going to bring your forehead towards your feet. So you want to make sure that you're comfortable. So as you fold forward, you might feel inclined to prop up your knees and place blocks or blankets or bolsters underneath them or underneath your hips. Ideally, you have a slight anterior tilt in your pelvis. And you can also use a block for your forehead. If you start to fold forward, you can use a block or a big bolster to support your head as you start to fold forward towards the earth. We are targeting the urinary bladder channel and the liver channel in this pose. So this pose will last about 3.5 minutes, and each pose will be pretty much between 3 to 4 minutes. When you hear those bells at the beginning, 3 bells at the beginning and 1 bell at the end, you'll know to transition. And that's one of the reasons why this yin practice is so blissful. It's an excuse to be still. It teaches us how to be still, and it is so effective and so wonderful. I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. That's by Hafiz. So while you're in this posture, see if you can tune into that inner light inside of you, your source energy. Let's inhale as deep as we can. Fill your lungs up with fresh air. And then retain the breath for a moment. And as you exhale, feel your lungs start to empty. Continue that exhale as long as you can, embracing the beauty of your own nature. So let's transition into caterpillar. We're going to start with a one-legged caterpillar. And this pose is very energizing. So extend one leg forward and bend the other leg in. You can mirror me or not, whatever works for you. This pose is wonderful to help restore energy in the body. We're also targeting the urinary bladder channel. It's helps to restore energy, but it's calming and soothing at the same time. So again, if you would like some props, you're welcome to place props underneath your forehead, or you can place props underneath your hips. It's ideal to get a nice anterior tilt in the pelvis. So it's the opposite of tucking under, which is a posterior pelvic tilt. For me, this yin practice is really about allowing. The mind spirals endlessly with judgments and expectations, worries, resentments, and so many stories about what we should do or what we shouldn't do or what happened. And this inner dialogue starts to manifest in our bodies as tightness or weakness. And this practice really helps you to get out of your own way. It gives you a rest from that spiraling momentum and gives you clarity. it's interesting because the body has its own inner knowledge and this beauty inside of it, and we just need to step out of the way and let it do its magic naturally. Connect into that source energy that's alive and well in all of us. And when we do that, you really see the beauty in your life. Okay, let's come up. Keep that right leg extended and cross the left leg over it. We're going to do just a complementary pose. It's not part of the YIN practice, but a nice twist to ring out the spine. And twist and open through your chest. Take 3 to 5 breaths here. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. You're welcome to bend that bottom right leg, or you can keep it extended. And you can also take your left hand onto a block if you need to do so. So just modify as needed. Let's take a counter twist to the other side. Inhale and exhale, and then come back to center, and we're going to do the one-legged caterpillar on the left side. So set it up, and remember that this side may be entirely different from the right side. So honor that and respect it. And if you need props on this side, then please add those props and give your body that opportunity to open up. That's what the props do. They assist us, make us feel supported, and then we can open up from that support, and you can go deeper into the posture. When you raise your vibration level, when you raise your energy level, your body actually becomes more efficient. You feel better in your body, and you get better results with less effort. And that's what this practice is doing for you right now at this very moment. Okay, we're coming up and taking that twist on the other side. So come on up to sit and go ahead and take your right leg over your left leg with that leg extended or bent. Again, this is just a nice complementary twist that we are doing. We're not staying here for 3 to 5 minutes. We'll just stay here for about 3 to 5 breaths. Let's release the twist. If you want to, take a little counter twist to the other side. And let's prepare for dragonfly, which is basically a straddle. So you're going to start in a seated position and spread your legs apart until they won't go any further. You can sit on a cushion or you can sit on a block. You want to have a little bit of a tilt in your hips. And then from there you can begin to fold forward, placing your weight into your hands or your forearms, or you can walk yourself all the way out and use blocks or a bolster or blankets. So take your time and always respect how you are at this very moment. You might also refer to this posture as Upavishta Konasana. However, in this yin variation, you could hold this posture for anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes. We are only going to be here for about 3 minutes. The urinary bladder runs through the backs of the legs and on the back, and the liver and kidney lines run through the groin and the spleen and the inner knees. So we are opening up the energy lines in all of those areas in this posture. Remember, there is a lot more energy needed to hold on to something than to let it go. saddle pose, you want to sit back on your heels and then start to lean back. Now you can keep your feet tucked underneath you and actually sit on your heels when you first start this pose. And then as you become more comfortable, you can change the intensity and take the feet to the outside of your hips, just like you would in Virasana in our traditional practice. However, the knees can open up wider in this pose. We will be holding this pose for a longer amount of time than in our traditional practice. The universe speaks the language of vibration, and through this practice, we are shifting our vibration, our frequency. Connect in with those emotions. Connect in with how you are feeling. It is perfectly fine to empty your mind in this practice, but tune into the feeling of serenity or peace or happiness or joy. Feel that vibration moving through you. So coming out of this pose, you want to engage your abdominals and gently push yourself up to a seated posture. And I like to windshield wipe my legs from side to side. And then we are going to gently rock back and lift our hips up and over. So for snail pose, contraindications include high blood pressure or any type of neck problem. We again are staying in this pose for 3 to 5 minutes, so there is a considerable amount of opening through the connective tissue. And if you have anything going on, then you might want to sit this one out. The first time I experienced this posture as a yin posture, I was really delighted. It is so wonderful. It opens up all the connective tissue on the backside, and it's lovely after saddle because we're opening up the backs of the legs now in addition to the spine, and you're compressing all of those digestive organs. Energetically, we are targeting the urinary bladder channel. In order to allow your energy to flow, you must first create a pathway for it. That's what is so wonderful about this practice. It's a pathway for allowing. Let's start to transition out of this posture. Grab hold of your hips and slowly lower your hips into the earth. And maybe rock your legs from side to side, rock your hips from side to side. And let's come up and do a series of cat and cow postures. So extending and flexing through the spine, getting that nice tuck of the tail, tuck your chin under, and then a nice arch. Integrate your breath into this also. So now we're transitioning into seal pose, which is a deeper back bend. And it might not be available for you today. You might want to modify and come down onto your forearms. So take your time and see how your body is responding to you at this moment. This posture not only pressurizes the spine and the kidney meridian, but it also opens up the chest and it helps strengthen the arm bones. And it gives a luscious stretch to the whole front side of the body. And that is also where the spleen and the stomach meridian run. Okay, slowly start to move out of this pose, nice and slowly. Take your time. Take a couple of cat and cows. Maybe move your hips from side to side and wag your tail. And then we are transitioning into a twisted dragon pose. And oh, this is such a yummy pose, if a pose can be yummy. I love this pose. So as I'm twisting towards that left bent leg, I'm actually pressing the left leg away from me. That's where we get the twist and the dragon. You can even extend your arm if you'd like to, or you can add subtle pressure the way I am doing it. We're creating compression in both the hips and the spine, and we're targeting those obliques and the hip flexors, the back of the leg, the hamstring, and the front of the leg. As you push the leg away from the body, you also start to activate those adductors in a nice deep stretch. Energetically, we are focusing on the liver and gallbladder channels. Albert Einstein said energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. Everything is energy. Love is energy. Happiness is energy. Everything is energy. Peace is energy. So when you go somewhere, do not adapt to the energy in that place. You create your energy. You influence that place with your own energy. Okay, let's start to move out of this. Step your leg back, maybe take a child's pose, breathe into your lower back. And when you are ready, we are going to switch sides. So step your left leg forward, or whichever leg you didn't do. And again, add that nice gentle twist. You can extend the left arm into the left leg, or you can keep it bent like I'm doing, and you can feel that deep opening through the connective tissue and the inner thigh, the psoas. It's really wonderful. Okay, let's slowly move out of this pose. You're going to transition by simply sitting back and coming onto your hands and knees, and then bring your legs through, come onto your back for stirrup pose, or what you might know as happy baby pose. It targets the inner line of the leg, which is where the liver, kidney, and spleen energy lines run. There are a lot of variations of this pose, but make sure that you are relaxing your upper back and your shoulders in whichever variation you choose. You can grab the outside of your feet or the inside of your feet, or you can grab your toes in a yogic toe lock. And you want to feel the heels drawing in towards the groin instead of up towards the ceiling. Now we are transitioning into final relaxation, corpse pose, Shavasana. Lie down on your back and rest your arms down by your side. Try to keep the chest lifted at first, and then gently relax your shoulders down and soften through your throat. Allow your legs to relax and your arms, and let your mind begin to empty. bring your attention to your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Begin to deepen your breath. Feel your energy moving through your body. Then squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Rock your weight over to one side, maybe your right side, and then press up to a seated posture. So if you'd like to join us in the 10-minute chant, then go ahead and press the button in the corner, or you can find the link below. Hey Illuminators, I hope you enjoyed your yin practice today. I know I did, and I'm so grateful that you took the time out of your busy life to spend it with me today. If you're interested in trying it again, press that subscribe button and maybe the little bell, and check out bodyillumination.com. Namaste.